You know, I'll be the first to admit when I'm having a tough time with something. And right now, I got to tell you, this FRP panel is killing me right now. And like that one's cut pretty close to good. But like when I put it up, I'm having a problem here. There's like a little bit of a gap right here. You can see kind of where it's been rubbing and like kind of laying in. And then like back here, it's been all good. Like it is rubbing on this, which is all fine. But what I'm having trouble with is not necessarily the cut not being perfect, which is because whatever, that is what it is. It's these that you have to like lay over the top and slide into place and try to get them perfect, right? To be able to install everything where it lays perfectly over the top, you know, when you're gluing everything in place. So I just said, forget that. And I'm resorting back to Amazon. And so on Amazon, instead of having these slide-in pieces, they have a tape, which I'm also going to seal anyway with adhesive, with caulking. So realistically, instead of fighting with this FRP board, I'm going to bow down and say, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to come back here with Alex and we're going to cut all this fiberboard. I'm going to have both of us wearing masks. I purchased some masks here, and it will be easier if we're working together. So that way we can like double measure, double check everything and get everything right. Now I could have an inch on either end kind of missing or not overlapping, but not there. And then the stuff that I bought is 2.5 inches wide. So I'll be able to go 1.25 inches and 1.25 inches this way. And so that will be able to make up the difference if I make a mistake on these boards. Because really, they don't have to be exactly smack dab together as long as I have the other aspect of it all finished properly. Because you want it to look good in the finished part. That doesn't mean the actual structure, like the structure is going to be solid. All that's going to be solid. It doesn't mean that what's the word I'm looking for? The behind stuff has to look absolutely perfect, because it doesn't. So when you put those finishing touches on it, that will pull it all together. So it's like sometimes when you're struggling with something, you need to just say, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to try it a different way. And so like this first piece went on nicely and it's sealed on there. This has caulking in it, holding it on tight. That piece isn't going to move. That's going to be my edge piece for right here. And it sits here really nice. It sits from this corner here running all the way across to that point. And so now from here, I could put some of that rolled edging on when I get everything else onto the spot. It just kind of stinks for it to not like go on perfectly. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of the predicament I'm in at the moment. And, you know, I'm going to bow down to it. I'm going to say, you know what, forget it. It is what it is. I'm going to clean up the space and tomorrow try to attack it again. I did get something else done, and that was getting the toilet structure in place. And that actually fit absolutely perfectly. There is, you know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch of that bucket might be a little bit off, but what I could easily do is cut the board behind it on this side where it slides out and slides into, cut that board there and then make it to where it can slide back just a hair more. And then I still have to build a little bit of a structure for the slide on this side to sit on. So once the slide is in this space here, I have to have like a 1/2 inch off of it and then a beam here. So what I think I might do is I might take a piece of the 1x2, put it here, and then add some 1x2 here, giving me that distance to be a strong hold for it. And I'll probably have to put one on this beam as well coming back, because when that slides out and ends here, when you go to sit on it, I got some slides that will handle 250 pounds, but that also means whatever it's attached to also has to be able to hold that weight when you sit on it, because all that weight right here on this side is going to put the weight on the back end and you don't want it to, do one of those. So I'm going to keep it as close to the floor as possible. So that way when you slide it out, if it does go down at all, the weight goes on that back end right there. If I can get the weight to kind of go on that back end, then there's no issue at all. There's no problem. What's also cool about this drawer, when I slide this forward, it's perfect size to be able to handle like some toilet paper in there and whatnot. And we can put some other stuff on the side, maybe even a little small trash can that allows you to put some paper or tissues or whatever into, or feminine hygiene products. I don't know, whatever. As long as we'll have that little area there, we could have a nice little garbage spot for it as well. And then I was thinking here, I could build another drawer, put it on slides, and then this could be where our trash can is. So I didn't really like the trash can being under here, because then you're opening this door every time. But if it's here and you just pull, drop your stuff in, close, that would be easy, I think, in the sense of preparation, especially with this table here that could pop up. You could do your prep, and then you have a trash can right behind you that you could throw stuff out. Just something to think about to build, adding to the projects, unfortunately, but that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles when you're in this game. So I think those are the major things that I want to get done. Now, that, and I want to also paint some of this wood. If I could get those things done, we're like 95% of the way there, and then like small little improvements here and there are not a big deal. I could do them wherever, anywhere, no problem. The hardest thing was this pour here. It came out pretty well. I gotta say, it could be a little bit better, obviously, but it's my first time ever doing it. I still, also tomorrow, another thing I want to do is I want to mix the epoxy and let the epoxy sit for 4 to 6 hours. So right before we're going to leave the job site, I want to pour the epoxy into the spots that are porous. And the reason why I need to wait 4 to 6 hours after I mix it is that's going to become really thick. It's going to become, more like it's not going to be so soupy or like almost like water where it kind of runs off and pools to one area. This is going to be like, once I lay it down, it ain't really moving from that spot. So I'll fill the holes that need to be filled and seal up the spots that have a little bit of blemish to them or water could potentially penetrate those areas. And then we'll have a fully sealed pan at that point. And then once that's done, I can drill the hole for the drain. And then once that drain hole is done, then we're basically done with the shower at that point. And I think we'll be good to test it. Have a quick shower in it, see how it works, see how the gray tank takes the water. Make sure that nothing backs up, because I do have my air vent underneath the sink here, then going out the base of the vehicle. So I'm wondering, with the water going in there fairly quick, will it back up? Will it build up? I don't know. We'll have to find out when that time comes. But having the tank, having the highest point on this end over here with that air vent, I think is going to help. Or maybe not, it's all level. So having the air vent on this backside, I think it's going to be okay. I'm hoping that I don't have to add an air vent through here somehow, because that would be a pain in the booty. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that we'll be trying to get done. I also want to put like some finish on this edging here. I might put a couple of blocks going across from here to here, creating a little drawer space, little, a section here where we could put some little things, allowing us to just create a little bit more storage space. And then I do have to install this as well. Right now it is not performing properly. I've been having this issue where I gotta like unplug this and plug it back in. And maybe it's just a firmware update that needs to happen. Because once I disconnect it and then reconnect it, it is syncing back up and working properly every time. And so every once in a while, also what it will do is it will make it where I can't turn on or off the AC output from here, and I have to go to my app and utilize my app. So these are some of the like little subtleties that I want to fix. I think I do need to be connected to my home Wi-Fi that I have this set up to. Yeah, so now it's showing the actual amount of time left over. It does need a firmware update. I think this is really cool about it. You can actually see your oil pump auto start. I think that might be for your generator, or if that's for your truck, I don't know. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. All your smart DC outputs, smart AC outputs, and both of them combined. Oh, this was pretty neat too. If you look here, you have all those liquid temperature or liquid levels and temperatures. And then this is solar, I think, no available sensors. Yeah, so there's all that. This is the setting aspect of it, which is pretty neat. It has all these different touch tones, buzzers, Bluetooth switch, Wi-Fi switch. You have these basic settings here where you could adjust the screen and all that. And then Wi-Fi. And then all your specifics of your currents and whatnot. And then about your equipment. So pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool setup. I think it's neat. I like the fact that I could access everything right from that panel, but I do need to do that quick update so that way, hopefully that eliminates that problem. Typically, stuff like that is a software issue. So just upload the new firmware, make sure you don't disconnect anything, make sure you stay connected so that way it doesn't have any hiccups or bugs inside that update when you do it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting this done, but today was a big day. We ran around a bunch. We had a bunch of errands we had to do. Went and got fuel at the res because it's much cheaper. It's about 30 cents a liter cheaper, which is kind of crazy. That's a huge difference. Yeah, Everly was great today. Had a lot of fun with her as well. She was really good in all the stores. We went to a Greek spot to eat some food, which was absolutely delicious. But I look forward to the next video on F&A Life. That's going to go up. So stay tuned for that. It should go up by this weekend, by Sunday or Saturday. The video's already uploaded and we're working on all the back end stuff. We're working on the partnership, the brand deal that we have secured for that video is going to go live with that as well. So we're waiting to hear back from them. That's one of the things about when you're creating content and you have brand deals is you're also waiting on approvals from brands, making sure that the content that you made is something that they like. But like I said yesterday, we don't work with brands unless it's something that we would specifically use. Because realistically, why would we work with somebody that doesn't align with what we do, what we, need? So that's what we always try to do is work with partnerships that will work with us. And we always find good ones, I feel like. We haven't really had a bad brand deal or partnership, which is a testament to what we do as well as a testament to, how good the brands are that we work with. But now I need to clean up because this place is a mess. Just cutting angles on these bad boys. They came out all right. It's just, I don't know how they're going to fit together on the wall. So I'll return all those, get the money back for that stuff. Really, I should be wearing gloves while handling this because it is fiberglass. I left Paco over at my in-laws place, which is across the street from where I am right now. Because while I'm here with him, he just kind of is jittery the whole time. He can't stay still. Every time I move, he's like, are we leaving? Are we going? Is mom coming? I could just tell by his little mannerisms, that's what's happening. So if you're new here, the space that I'm in is actually our neighbors, and this is a beautiful garage. Really thankful to have the opportunity to work in here. It gets me out of the heat from outside. Me and Alex do live in Canada. We're in Ontario, and it's the place where we actually plan to be for quite some time. Granted, we'll still be traveling out of here, but this is like our home hub for now. Alex and I run a YouTube channel called F&A Life, and F&A Life is where we put out all of our major life updates as well as like our major travels. This vlog here is just 20 minutes of my day for the next year, something I want to commit to and do. And we actually have a charity. This is technically the fourth charity that we're doing. We've raised close to $4,000 actually, probably about $4,000 for all the charities that we've done. One of them was actually a little bit of a charity for us when our channel got hacked, and that was last month, and we didn't know what was going to happen with our income. And honestly, we're grateful that it worked out for us like this, where people donated to the cause, and our cause is because from that hacking, our channel actually has seen quite a dramatic drop in views. And so, yeah, I think after the hack kind of happened, a fair amount of people didn't unsubscribe or anything, but I think a fair amount of people were like, oh, I'm not going to watch this because I don't want to help the hackers. And now, since they like denied watching that video, now they're not getting served our videos, or they're worried that we're still hacked. And so I think that's playing a role, maybe not the biggest role, but it's playing a role in why people are not watching. And then another factor is that we went from traveling abroad to being back home and building. And almost every time that we go into a build stage of life, people tend to step away from our videos or not click on them as much because maybe they don't want to see building, maybe they don't want to see us struggle with that type of stuff. And maybe they want to see us travel and live vicariously through us, because our channel did start as a travel channel. When it was F&A Van Life, we traveled out of a van full time for 5 years straight. And during that time, every time we would go through a build process, we would have a fluctuation in our numbers. It's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles for our channel. And we're also like kind of confusing the algorithm when we do that. Because when we travel, we have a different market of people that watch. And then so when we go to build stuff, it's a different target. And so that's why in turn YouTube gets confused by it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough game that we're playing here. It's a game that is always forever changing, and we don't fully understand who our target audience is, I think. Like when it comes to Alex and I, when we're making our content, one of the things they teach you, or I shouldn't say they, but one of the things that people talk about online about, building a big audience and blah, 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 is you need to target a specific person. And Alex and I have never, ever really went through and sat down. We've tried, but we've never come to a conclusion on exactly who that person is. Is it Molly that's 65 years old and, doesn't travel anymore but would love to, and instead now lives vicariously through us because, she doesn't get to travel anymore and just enjoys the banter and conversation and laughs and like seeing the places that we show. Now, obviously that's not the avatar anymore because we're not traveling the same way we used to. Now we are thinking that our avatar is more somebody who is, or people that are families, families that are looking to live similar to the way we do, creating content and traveling and, you know, bringing your kid up with some, you know, at-home schooling, you know, but we need to figure out who that person is and then really hone in on what that person may like to watch. And once you do that, then it tells the algorithm, like, it knows who it's searching for, what type of profiles it's searching for, just by the way that you talk to the camera. And so in turn, you gain a following that wants to watch every single week or every single day or every single moment that you put up something they're watching, right? And another thing that I think has confused our content is the shimmies. Fortunately and unfortunately, right? The shimmies are amazing. They're so much fun to watch and be a part of. They're so much fun for me to watch Everly and Alex do and join in at times. But those short videos, now say those same people get served a long form, they're not clicking on a long form content, right? Because they're short viewers. They enjoy short form content. And so if they're not clicking on our long form stuff, that tells YouTube that it's not resonating with them, right? So if it then doesn't resonate with them, then the viewership, or the reach, I should say, goes down, which brings the viewership down on the videos. It's just a big game that you got to figure out and play. And like, one of the things about it is you have to play to their rules. Otherwise, you don't necessarily fit the mold. But it's been 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed today's chat. I'll see you tomorrow.